Good morning to you lovely 972 subscribers. I hope you're all well. Thank you for tuning into the channel. For those that are new, welcome. What's the time now? 6:35 in the morning. This is what you get in Barbados at 6:35 in October. Sun is still quite low, so it's still quite shaded. But the sun, to a certain extent, is always up. Welcome. Before I start gabbing, if you don't mind showing me a bit of thumbs up love down below. And any new subscribers to the channel, if you don't mind subscribing, that would be great. Anything you want to know in the meantime, please let me know. I'm sure there's a video that's already covered it, but I'm sure I can actually point you to the actual video itself or give you some answers straight away. Thanks for the comments as well in the last couple of days, and thank you for welcoming me back, because I appreciate we're not doing every day now, so your days must be empty. So anyway, I thought I'd just give you a quick update on some of the stuff we're doing around the complex at the moment. As you know, we're doing the pathway down the side, the solar infrastructure from the mains at the same time into the house, and we're also working on doing the patio. So grab yourself a good old cup of tea and let's have a walk around and I'll show you what we've actually done. Do you find that people that obviously do YouTube videos always like walk around and pace up and down? I try and stand still moving forward. Anyway, so here we are at the moment, obviously on the main track in. So let me take you around the front first of all and show you what we're doing on the mains unit. Good thing about not finishing off the gate at the moment, you can walk straight through it. Okay, so in here, this is the mains room. So what they've done is they've cut a hole through here at the moment, but they've done it straight. So they do need to go diagonally through here. So they're gonna have to try and cut another one straight through as well. And the reason why that is because, like I've said on the other videos, this cable that's gonna come through is bigger than this one. So they're not gonna be able to bend it through. So what they're gonna have to do is come through at an angle and come straight up the wall here and then back around and mount it probably over there. The unit that will connect with this one, they're gonna have to mount it over here somewhere. So we're coming through quite tight on this wall here because obviously the mains water pipe runs from here. There's the mains water, by the way. This is Bayesian mains water, if you guys haven't seen it. So it's digital. And there's the main stopcock just there. So that comes in here, comes straight through there, through the wall, and runs all the way down the side of the building. So that's the mess that was created yesterday in order to get that part through. Yeah, and I've shown you guys, haven't I, the wood. There's all the wood there that's waiting to go on the gate. And I don't want to go put it on the gate until they finish their mess. As you can see, this has all been hosed down and there's rubbish everywhere. So the conduit's coming through here at the moment. It's coming all the way down here. And then they've actually put a gutter on the right-hand side, but obviously they can't go deep enough because they wanted this one to be over here. So this one's now connected through the wall here and here, but it needs drains. So I'm not too sure what their plan is on the drains. I'm meeting the contractor today. I think we need to have a drain here somewhere, one about there where that one is and one over there. So, and they're gonna have to be at the top and the concrete's gonna have to go, obviously, because they're putting it here now, we were gonna have it so it leant away from the wall and leant down to it and it was gonna be here. But now it's over here, we're gonna have to lean it towards the wall, which I don't really like the thought of pushing it straight to the wall because obviously it's gonna hit the wall all the time. You really need it coming away from the wall, otherwise you create damp and then a cold joint. Cold joint being, this is a cold joint. So you can see the crack here. This is a concrete surface that's gone hard and a new concrete surface gone hard trying to bond together. Very rarely does it happen. And with movement and drilling and whatever else, it creates a weakness and then eventually water gets down, and as you know, water gets everywhere. So, if we lean the water towards the wall, then it is going to hit the wall. So we do need to try and pull it away if we can. So this is the other concern I do have. We talked about, these are the 4 conduits, I call them conduits, but they're 4-inch pipes that are going in straight into the basement. So they've chosen to use the second one here, but we did discuss about having quite a large bend, like a 45-degree bend because of how big the cable is. But they've shoved a 90 in, so they're not going to get that cable pushed all the way down here and then around a 90-degree bend. So I'm going to speak with them this morning and just find out whether they intend on trying that or whether they're going to do what we initially said, which was we were going to go for here and we were going to bend it across here and come across there. So it was going to be a gradual bend. I really don't think that they're going to be able to shove that cable from that end all the way down and get around this corner. Anyway, so they've pushed this in for now. So they're seeing roughly how it can be, and then they started the form work on what will actually be the height of the path and the end of the path. So they've run that all the way around. Now, the only two issues they've got at the moment, which I've seen, which they might have to edit today, is this one here is a little bit wobbly. It's got a little bit of a wobble to it just about here, so they're probably going to have to take that one out and push it over slightly. I know it's a bit anal, but it just needs to be straight. And here, the irrigation pipe is landed up being on this side. It needs to be on that side, because obviously if this is going to be concrete straight to here, then the irrigation pipe is not going to water the garden if it's on this side. So this is actually through a pipe over here. So this can be pulled and pushed through, but it does mean they're going to have to take every one of these out again. Over here, they're probably going to have to cut this and redo this piece here, because this will probably be going across there and over that way. So they're probably going to have to cut here, push this underneath and reconnect it here somewhere. So anyway, but that will be pretty much how the path is going here. And as you can see here, it's doing quite straight until it gets to here, and then it does a bit of a rip. So I'm sure that they'll be able to patch that, as in the edge. But if we can try and start off with it straight, it's always better. It's the update on the path. Some change, not massive change obviously, but there's work being done. The guys are here every day. He drops them off, he sets them up, and they seem to crack on, which is great news. Oh, the other thing they have done, they put this here, which I assume they're going to put some form of very small steel in here. I would have thought they'd go deeper than that, so I'm sure that's their intention, but they've got a little bit of a dig out here, and they've got a dig out there. It's not straight for some reason, not too sure why. But they wanted to put a steel or some sort in here to try and prop it up, but I think the main steel they're going to have to put in is along here. They're going to have to put something with basket tray work there, I would have thought. I think that's what they'll do, not too sure. Anyway, so that's the path. Neighbour out walking his dogs already, fair play. So let me take you up to the patio, and I'll show you the patio. The patio is a complicated one, but a simple one. As you know, I've ground out some of the cracks, and I've used 2 or 3 different products now, and each one of them hasn't worked very well, but I think it's mainly because we've not taken the product that was in the crack completely out before we started again. So, as you can see, we've got a few sheets up, and the windows are reasonably covered after the event. That's another story for another day. But yeah, so what we're doing at the moment is the cracks have been ground out, or most of them have been ground out, and we've got to get it completely de-dusted and decontaminated. I always mention that, but no one on the island does it. Decontamination means it's got to be completely clean, no dust, no oils, no greases, nothing. It's got to be completely dry, and then you apply your product. But again, yesterday I was just hosing it off and then giving it a go. So I'll spin you around and show you what I mean. As you can see, obviously I had a bit of rain last night, but it identifies how much dust is all over the patio before he starts putting this glue in. So he's rushing, he needs to slow down, he needs to get a jet wash, and he needs to jet wash out all of these cracks after he's done them, and then ideally he needs to put a bit of acid in each one of them and claw them out. I don't think he quite understands the issue. No, so I did have a brief word with him yesterday about it, and just sort of said, look, if you want to come back and redo this again, you keep doing what you're doing. That's the easiest way I can explain it. And he said, oh, I won't be. I said, trust me, you will. I've already done this 4 times. You will be coming back and redoing this if you keep on doing it the way you're doing it. So at the moment, he's not concentrating and he's not rushing, and he's doing what most of the guys do. He's not bringing tradespeople here with him. Meant to give a quote to bring a team of people to get things done. They seem to sort of think they can try and do this on their own and keep all the profit. And as a result of that, they're going to be up against it for time. So where this is concerned, he needs to get this ground out in one day, and he needs to get it jet washed, and the following day he needs to decontaminate, and then he needs to get a team of people fill in every crack as soon as possible, and that needs to go off, and then the following day needs to come and needs to sand down the rest of the floor whilst the glue is going off. It takes 2 or 3 days. And then by the time they finish the rest of the patio, they can go over each one of the cracks once they've dried, and then they can get it completely jet washed, and then they can get a new product sprayed down. But at the moment, yeah, unfortunately, there's a few, not enough staff and a few corners being cut. So hopefully this isn't going to go pear-shaped. I really could do without this going pear-shaped. The whole reason why I've subbed it out is I can't be bothered and I want it done properly. So anyway, I'm going to have a chat with him. Before he starts today, I'm going to sit down with him and just make sure I don't want him to have to come back. That's the last thing I want him to do. I'm sure that's the last thing he's going to want to do. But it's definitely what's going to happen if he does, that's for sure. Anyway, other than that, that's where we are so far. So I'm going to give it a quick hose down now because it is an absolute mess. That'll give it time to dry before he turns up because it doesn't turn up to about 9:30. And then fingers crossed we can have a bit of a plan and try and start a little bit from fresh because as you can see, it's bloody everywhere. It's all over the pool. So, but anyway, I'll take some photos and have a chat with him when he turns up. So anyway, that's my trials and tribulations so far. One contractor doing reasonably okay. One contractor misfiring a little bit. So, but I'll update you later on. If you don't get it, give me a like down below and give me some comments. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and click that bell. I'll update you later on today when people turn up and more grinding starts. Okay, so decontamination is something that's not really thrown around too much in the construction concreting game. So giving it a good hose down. It's now 7:20, as you can see. There was so much dust and crap on the surface. So I've hosed it off the best I can, but it really needs jet wash. So I've just texted him now saying, you need to bring a jet wash, definitely. And what you've got to try and do with all these cracks, once you've actually done them, you've got to try and get them jet washed out. You've got to let them dry. And really what you should be doing is pouring a little bit of acid into them, letting the porous concrete open up a little bit more, get them scored out, again, jet wash it again, and then you're ready to put product down. But only once you've done that, and once the surface is completely dust-free, do you start putting any form of product down. You also don't want to be leaving, a house, certainly of this nature, with dust and grime and crap all over the patio, because obviously over the night, the wind and the rain just blows it around, it goes everywhere. So, yeah, I mean, you can pretty much tell. I think one of the questions I'd always ask you guys to ask a contractor is, you're giving me a price to do the job, how many people are you going to be employing on this particular project? How many is going to be here from week 1 to week 3/4? If they say they're going to be on their own, then you pretty much know that within reason they're not going to do the job as well as it should be done. So whether he's got a problem at the moment with his labour being available or not, I'm not too sure, but at the moment he is a bit of a one-man band, and this is quite a big job. So to do this on your own in one day, to get the cracks sawn out and cleaned in one day is quite a big job. And this heat is bloody hot, so trying to do that in the heat is very difficult. So but that's got to be done. You've got to literally get the cracks done out, and you've got to get it jet washed and cleaned in one day, and then the following day you come back in, assess, and then you potentially can apply the glue to the rest of the surface. But yeah, so it's quite a large job. So anyway, I've just texted him now, sort of saying, make sure you bring all your stuff, and let's build a plan when he turns up, because I don't want this going bad. But obviously, if he's going to continue the way it is at the moment, then it's definitely going to go bad, that's for sure. And as you've seen, this is the 3rd or 4th time we've done this, so we definitely don't want to be doing it again, that is for sure. So let's use our pain and bruises on this patio and make sure we learn from it and ensure that we don't have to do it again. And we still haven't sanded down the whole patio yet as well. So I mean, the dust we've got so far is just by doing the cracks. And I know that's really dusty anyway, but we've now got to put a diamond grinder on the whole surface to get it like this. So this beside this crack here, this buff, what do I call it? It's sanded down, but anyway, it creates a porous surface. So we've got to do that across the whole patio. So I thought we were going to grind out all the cracks, we were going to jet wash them out, we were going to assess whether we can put the product straight in. If so, put the product in on every one of the cracks. Once that's going off, then sand around all the way around the whole patio, around the cracks, giving the cracks time to cure. And then as soon as we've done the whole patio and the cracks have cured, then go over obviously the actual cracks themselves, and then apply and then decontaminate, obviously decontaminate, jet wash, hose down, do what you've got to do to get the surface completely contaminant free, and then apply the first product, which at the moment, Shelton Williams is saying it's just the actual main paint. There's no primer needed, no construction primer, it's just straight down, which that confuses me a little bit, because normally you always use the construction primer before you apply any form of paint or stain. But apparently no, you just go straight down with it. So anyway, I'll sit down with him when he turns up and build a bit of a plan fingers crossed we can get this back on track again and we can do it properly so we don't ever have to look at this patio and cracks again. That is my that's my take. And even if he has to come back, what he doesn't appreciate, I've still got to have him coming back. I've still got the dust and the inconvenience. It's a pain in the arse. I want it done right. I want it done once, and then I want to be able to enjoy it and not have to worry about it again. So fingers crossed we can get back to that. But anyway, it's still only 7:20, so I'll update you as and when he arrives, and fingers crossed we can get this back on track, get a process driven into it, and make sure that it's done correctly. Okay, another day closes in on us. We run out. The floor man ran out of glue, sealer. So we've got a bit of white going on, we've got a bit of black going on, and we've got a bit of light grey going on. So we got most of these ones here are filled. This one here is filled, although it's on top. These ones have been done, that one's been done. Let's spin it around. So these ones have been skimmed over. This one's been skimmed. So is that one. And this one here as well. So still plenty more to do. So apparently we ran out of silicone, that we're going to get some more. So it was a shame really, because I wanted to get all that done today, because apparently we've got, is it Hurricane Tony, or we have some wind and rain coming in, guys. Apparently it's coming in tomorrow. So it would have been nice to get all this down, but it wasn't meant to be. Anyway, these guys over here have been a little bit more productive. So let me show you what they've been up to. There's a couple of guys out today all day, so they've hilted it a little bit into that smooth surface there. They've cut this out, I'm not too sure what that is. I would have thought they'll put some form of rebarred cage there and along here as well. Obviously they put the bit of 2x4 in here straight. They've cut out the actual irrigation pipe that was over here as well, so we'll obviously have to remount that. So you can see the pipe here just going around that corner, so we'll take it straight all the way down here, but that's been cut out. These have all been put in. Obviously we've got the irrigation here as well, so we'll come down to this end. And we're looking at dead straight now, which is lovely. So they pulled a line on it and got it as straight as possible, which is good. I had a word about that this morning, and again, same thing. That's looking a lot straighter. It's still a little bit off at the end there, but again, 10 times better. And then what they're doing here is they're doing a little bit of a ramp here, so they'll concrete along here, same level, then they'll take it down. So that works as well. Obviously they've the pipe going through here, so hopefully they realise that. They've done a little bit more work on here as well, so again I think they're on about putting some form of rebar in here and here, just to try and make sure we can strengthen up against the doors. And I think they're on about maybe potentially going in, drilling into that a little bit to make sure we get a good fixing. That's all lovely and straight. We'll obviously have to potentially take that off, otherwise it'll be on the wrong side. They put the sort of T-junction here, so that's where the actual pipes are going to go. Looking a lot neater down here. Look how nice this is looking. Not rocket science, is it? Got the same here. So that's where they're looking to take it at the moment, and obviously they've saved themselves a bit of pipe. There's no point running pipe all up there if they're just going to do 2 drains. So they've got one there and one here, and then they've agreed to run a slight run back from the wall to ensure we don't make sure the rain doesn't go up against the wall. It's incentivized to come away and go in, and then we'll put a nice run down to here, a nice drain in there, drain in there. They're going to stick with the 90. They think they can get it around the corner. I think they're crazy, but anyway, I'm the one who has to do that, so it's not my problem. It's their problem. And I've got it around here. One thing you do get quite a lot around here as well, because obviously the grass is nice and lush and green here. These guys come along and they help themselves, which I'm sure the guy that owns the land doesn't mind. They trim that down, they take it away for their cattle, which is good. Okay, now around here, they haven't got around to doing this bit yet. They've still got it 90'd in there at the moment, which I can't remember if I actually showed you this morning, but I've talked to them about trying to drill that way, so we can physically take the cable straight through, and then we can come up the wall. At the moment, obviously it's going 90, like I said on the video earlier on, so they've not got around to doing that bit yet, but they've made some good progress. So fair play to them. They've done all right today. So yeah, these guys have done absolutely brilliant. It'd be good to see the finished product and cement lorries turning up, because obviously that's going to be the next stage. However, we can't do anything until the 26th. That's when the I assume from someone from the government, not Light and Power, will be someone from the government. They're coming out to inspect the conduit in the floor here, and they're coming out obviously to inspect it all the way down until this corner here, and then they come out twice. Normally they come out to inspect the conduit first, and then you install the cables. They come out and inspect the cable. But I think what they're trying to do is get the cable inside the conduit, make sure it's loose, they can see the cable going all the way through, and then he'll sign it off and they'll connect together, glue it together. I think that's the plan. So yeah, and it's nice and tidy down there as well at the moment, which is good. For the last couple of days it's been an absolute mess. So yeah, fair play to them. Nice clean work. So far I would definitely recommend these boys. One thing they did find a problem was on this wall here. This wall, if you remember rightly, I mean a long time ago, it's not straight basically. You look down the wall itself, the wall actually goes along and then straightens. So you can just about see it. So yeah, this corner wasn't out far enough. So they didn't pull a line on it. If they pulled a line on it, this would have been probably around about 3 inches out here. So what they tried to do, they measured from this wall, I don't know, let's say for instance it was 48 inches, all the way along, and then they found out that they couldn't get it straight. So it's because they were using the wall. So I said to them, unfortunately, do not use the wall as reference. So anyway, now they've measured whatever measurement they want, whatever the width they want this to be, and they pulled the line off of it, and now it's nice and dead straight, which means we should get a nice straight flowing path. So they've got it running this way and that way. This path is going to be running that way and slightly this way, but it's mainly going that way. And this path coming down this side is actually running down this way as well. So obviously it will be captured by these drains, but worst case it will come into here. So that's where we are with that. No water leaking out of the units, which is actually great news. Although we are getting a little bit out of this one for some unknown reason. I was under the impression these don't let out any water. Let me know in the comments below if you know of of the machines that do. These two aren't letting any out, but this one is. This one's letting some at the bottom a little bit. Most of it normally comes from the condenser, the cassette unit, stroke blower unit inside, which is where the water normally comes from. But we seem to have a little bit coming out of that one. But anyway, got mozzies around here at the moment tonight. So I had a little bit of a moan at this man today, bless him. I do feel for him because at the moment he's a one-man band at the moment without guys. So I've had a little bit of ripping to him today about trying to get a bit more process-driven on what he's doing, and then get this bloody job done and move on. So rather than having days and days of obviously dust and upsettlement. So I think tomorrow he's going to come and finish off all the cracks. He's going to let them go off until potentially Monday, and then Monday's going to come and he's going to grind the whole surface down, and I'm hoping Tuesday we'll have this completely dust-free, ready to have some form of paint put down. That's my hope. I want this done and dusted by next week. I hate dust, and my windows are getting caked. So anyway, I hope you like the video so far. Not that there's a great deal of content talking about cracks and paths, but yeah, if you want to know anything else, as I've said, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to give me a like below and subscribe if you're not already, and hit that bell to get any other videos. Bear in mind I don't do them every day anymore. So thanks for the comments as well yesterday, by the way, much appreciated. I'll let the sun go down and that beautiful sunset. Hopefully our hurricane friend doesn't cause too much damage tomorrow, and I'll check in with you as and when there's more to report. Thank you.